Financial Fridays with the Financial Turtle. Today we're talking about W-4s. With this being the middle of tax season, most people who are getting their earned income credit, additional child tax credit, things like that, they've already filed their returns. But there are so many clients that own businesses, have LLCs, have S corps, things like that, that are still coming in. And a lot of people who make a lot of money, which is the purpose of the W-4. A lot of people believe that if you just claim zero on your W-4, that should be enough in order for you to not end up owing and paying taxes. You need to understand what your brackets are. And what that means is if you make over a certain amount of money, you're not taxed at the same tax rate as somebody who makes less. It stops, I believe, like at 100,000, it's up to 10% on that. Then it goes up to 22% from the 100 to, I believe, 150,000. It goes all the way up to the 37% for people who make a whole lot of money. So if you are somebody who's just claiming zero, and then you and your spouse make over the 100,000, there's a possibility if you do not have kids, your kids aren't in college, you don't have a business that's losing money or anything like that, even though you're both claiming zero, you could still end up owing money. I also see clients who actually have children, but forget that once their children turn 16, they don't get the $2,200 this year on the child tax credit if your child is under 16. So a lot of times you need to go change your W-4. Anybody who does this, who's done a W-4 before knows they ask you on your W-4, do you have any kids who are under 16? Do you have any dependents or over 16 to get the $500? It's very important that you make sure that you do your W-4 correctly both ways. A lot of people take out way too much money, and that is you basically giving money to the government to get these huge returns. But a lot of times, many people do not fill out their W-4 correctly. I see people who it's just one person and they file head of household. I see people where you're married and you're both filing 2 or 3 on your W-4 and you only have 2 kids. So again, you're not taking out enough money. And so then you end up owing taxes at the end of the year. That is a great financial tip for people to understand as this year has began, to make sure to go and take a look at your W-4. So many times when I talk to clients, that is the first thing they do when they leave this office is they go to the HR department the next day and they go and make sure the W-4 is correct. For more financial tips, follow the Financial Turtle.